Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone's 2024 season was nothing short of historic. Imagine not just competing in an event, but redefining its limits again and again. That's precisely what Sydney did in the 400m hurdles. She shattered her world records twice in 1 year, proving that she's not just ahead of the competition, but also racing against time itself. At the US Olympic trials, she clocked an incredible 50.65 seconds, shaving a fraction of her previous world record. As impressive as that was, she wasn't done yet. The stage was set at the Paris Olympics, and Sydney rose to the occasion like the star she is. On the day after her 25th birthday, she delivered a breathtaking performance, crossing the finish line in a jaw-dropping 50.37 seconds. That run wasn't just fast, it was revolutionary. Sydney has now set 6 of the 10 fastest times ever recorded in the 400m hurdles, cementing her legacy as the greatest the sport has ever seen. It's a testament to her relentless drive and ability to continually push her limits.
McLaughlin already up on Clayton. It's the two Americans at the moment, but which one has saved enough? That's Mohammed. Looks so smooth as she closed down.
The question that naturally arises is, could Sydney break the elusive 50-second barrier? It's a thought that excites fans and experts alike. Sydney herself has admitted that it's on her mind. An athlete would naturally want to do that, she has said. But breaking 50 seconds in the 400m hurdles is more than just a dream. It would be a leap into uncharted territory. No one has ever come close to achieving such a feat. And yet, if anyone can, it's Sydney. Her ability to consistently improve, combined with her unparalleled focus and discipline, makes her the most likely candidate to rewrite the record books once again.
Looks very comfortable through half of the race, and throughout the rounds we have seen monster finishes by Sydney McLaughlin. Does she have one more? Because the world record...
Running the 400m flat might seem straightforward compared to hurdling, but Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone will tell you otherwise. For her, it's a different beast entirely. In her own words, the 400m flat almost hurts a bit more than the hurdles. That's a surprising confession from someone who has dominated the hurdles so effortlessly. But it makes sense when you think about it. Without the rhythm and strategy of navigating hurdles, the flat 400m is all about sheer speed and endurance. You're running faster and feeling every second of it. For Sydney, the flat 400m serves a greater purpose. It's not just another race, it's a tool to improve her hurdles performance. The speed endurance she gains from running the flat 400m helps her dominate the hurdles with even more confidence. It's like sharpening one blade to make the other even deadlier. And while she's still adapting to the nuances of the flat 400m, there's no denying that she's making incredible progress. Her ability to excel in both events speaks volumes about her versatility as an athlete. One of the things that makes Sydney so remarkable is her willingness to embrace challenges. Instead of sticking to what she's already mastered, she's constantly exploring new ways to grow. The flat 400m is a prime example of this. She knows it's tough, physically and mentally, but she sees the bigger picture. Every flat 400m race is an opportunity to learn, to improve, and to push herself beyond her comfort zone. That mindset is what sets her apart from the rest. The Paris 2024 Olympics was a defining moment in Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone's career. Representing Team USA, she delivered a performance for the ages, helping her team secure gold in the 4x400m relay. Her split time of 47.71 seconds was nothing short of extraordinary, playing a crucial role in the team's second fastest finish in history at 315.27. It wasn't just a win, it was a statement. What stood out in Paris wasn't just Sydney's physical performance, but her emotional resilience. Competing on one of the biggest stages in the world comes with immense pressure. Admitting that staying healthy and focused made all the difference this time around. For Sydney, every race is about more than just crossing the finish line. It's about giving her absolute best while inspiring others. The relay was a particularly special moment. Running alongside her teammates, Sydney showcased the power of unity and teamwork. It wasn't just about individual glory, it was about representing her country and being part of something bigger. The 4x400m relay has always been a cornerstone event in athletics, and Sydney's contribution ensured that Team USA's legacy remained intact. In the world of track and field, rivalries are what keep the sport alive and thrilling. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone's rivalry with Femke Bol is a perfect example. Bol, a formidable competitor from the Netherlands, is one of the only other women in history to break the 51-second barrier in the 400m hurdles. Their head-to-head clashes aren't just races, they're spectacles of athletic brilliance that elevate the sport to new heights. Every time Sydney and Femke step onto the track, fans know they're in for a battle of epic proportions. What makes this rivalry so unique is the mutual respect between the two athletes. Sydney has often acknowledged how competition with runners like Bol pushes her to be better. The 400m hurdles is already a grueling event, and knowing that someone as talented as Bol is chasing her forces Sydney to constantly fine-tune her craft. It's not just about winning, it's about breaking barriers and setting new benchmarks for what's possible. Sydney's philosophy is what truly sets her apart in these high-stakes showdowns. For her, it's never just about beating her opponent, it's about beating herself. "It's you against you," she often says. This mindset allows her to focus on her performance, rather than getting caught up in the pressure of external expectations. It's this approach that has allowed Sydney to consistently deliver record-breaking performances, even in the face of fierce competition. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone's journey to greatness hasn't been without its challenges. For all her triumphs on the track, she's faced her fair share of struggles, both physical and mental. One of the most striking aspects of her career is her ability to push through intense post-race pain. After high-intensity performances, Sydney has described the physical toll as almost unbearable. The 400m hurdles isn't just about speed, it's about endurance, precision, and sheer willpower. And Sydney feels every bit of it once the race is over.
You caused such a ruckus. Want it to come and end your season here in Brussels?
Yeah.
Because you could let me know the motivation behind that and why it was important for you to kind of...
Despite the physical demands, Sydney has learned to embrace the pain as part of the process. For her, it's a sign that she's giving everything she has, leaving no room for doubt or regret. But the physical challenges are only one side of the coin. As a global athlete, Sydney also has to navigate the pressures of fame and media scrutiny. She's been open about how difficult it can be to read stories or opinions that don't reflect the truth about her. The constant spotlight can be overwhelming, even for someone as composed as Sydney. What makes her story so inspiring is the way she's learned to handle these challenges. She often shares advice with young athletes, urging them to protect their mental clarity and focus. "Be mindful of what you let into your mind and your circle," she says. For Sydney, it's all about surrounding herself with positivity and staying true to her purpose. She's a firm believer that what you allow into your mind can have a direct impact on your performance. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone's 2024 season was capped off with a moment of well-deserved recognition. At the World Athletics Awards in Monaco, she was named the Women's Track Athlete of the Year. It's a title that reflects not just her incredible achievements on the track, but also her impact on the sport as a whole. Standing on that stage, Sydney wasn't just a winner. She was a symbol of excellence, determination, and grace.
Sydney's time again, and it's a world record again!
I started running when I was 6, and I think it's kind of hard to tell.
The award came after a season where Sydney broke her world records twice and helped the US secure gold in the 4x400m relay. It was a year of milestones, each one more impressive than the last. But what stood out most about Sydney's acceptance speech was her humility. She credited her team, her faith, and her love for the sport, reminding everyone that her success isn't just about individual talent, it's about hard work, support, and gratitude. Reflecting on her season, Sydney acknowledged the highs and lows that come with being at the top. "There's always something you can improve on," she said, highlighting her continuous drive to get better. For Sydney, the award wasn't an endpoint. It was a motivation to keep pushing. It's this mindset that makes her such an inspiring figure, not just in athletics, but in life. So, What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below.